Episode 33.
33.
We on that Pippin and it ain't Scotty. It ain't even Larsa because MJ's son got that. But we on that Richard Carry on age.
Okay.
That good
Yeah.
age. That fresh age.
That's at Jesus age.
That Jesus age. And we ain't even out the lights because we landed. We on the grid, dog, because we rangers of the grid. You feel me? You see me, Oos?
I see you. I feel you, Don.
You see me?
Yeet.
Do you see me, sir?
Yes, I see you.
Rangers
Yes,
of
I
the
know.
grid.
Yes, I know what you were saying. You don't have to keep asking me.
Thanks, Butters. So episode 33, we back on it again.
Mm-hmm.
And we left off talking about the mutiny, and we only finished part 1.
Yeah.
Right? We only finished part 1 because that's how deep part 1 was. Now, Marcus, let's just jump right in. All right. Let's skip all the pageantry.
Mm-hmm.
Zed's new monster literally froze the dinosaurs.
Yes, all of them. And now
all of them.
Well, not yet. The first 4. Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Sabretooth, Triceratops. But then Jason over here. Oh, it's all cool, guys.
Yeah.
It's all it. He didn't get all of them yet. Talking that stuff.
He out here just saying it's just me, Oos.
He was. He's like, oh, it's fine. I got this. And then he's just like, and then Prompt said, like, oh, really now? Check this out. Boom. And now
you got it, huh?
The next, because it's the thing. It's another reason why this is called the Mutiny. Because first one was Goldar turning against Rita.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got T-Rex Zord turning against the Rangers.
Bro.
Another mutiny.
Like,
I'm seeing what they're doing here.
Yeah.
The English Ranger in me is very happy.
And then right away, hey, it's funny though, too, how it works. They got the T-Rex Zord to turn, but not just that. Suddenly Tommy's ready and recharged.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm not gonna lie, Zordon was pissing me off in this episode.
Why?
Zordon was pissing me off. The way he just talking to Tommy, kind of just like okay, I'll give you this power. This could do you a little bit, but I can't give you much more. Like, basically, like, it's almost like he's annoyed at him.
I bet he kind of was. That's why I'm saying, like, he was becoming a hindrance. It sounds terrible to say.
It is, but it's just like the way he's talking to him, like, hold up, don't be talking to Tommy like that. How dare you? Know what? If Jason had handled things with the candle in the first place, we wouldn't be in this situation.
But at the end of the day, he's Zordon. Like, he's the guy. Like, they're gonna fall in line.
Yeah, but it's like, first of all, like,
acknowledge me is what he was gonna say.
This all the power I can spare. So you know what, you gotta make this, and it's just like, fine. Then Tommy's like, all right, here come Dragon Zord. Okay, it's like, cool. Now we're getting Dragon Zord versus T-Rex again.
Okay, now this got me though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how they're somewhat evenly matched.
Yes, that's bullcrap. That's always bugged me.
Always bugged me because, like, of all the things that Dragon Zord has that the T-Rex doesn't, you would think it would be, I'm not even saying like miles better. I'm saying a step above where, like, yeah, it's a good fight, but Dragon Zord's got the edge on him based off of some of the things he has.
Well, not just that. Dragon Zord alone, Tommy himself jacked up the Megazord. First of all, I know he's like green with evil, so he probably had a little power boost, but still, he showed he could go in there himself and wreck the Megazord.
Yeah, so now you know how this is, dog.
I know, but now you got the Dragon Zord, who on his own destroyed the Megazord as well. He got his little finger missiles. He got his little chest. I think he had a little. Didn't he have a little chest laser too?
Yeah.
Every now and then. But then besides that, got that big ass, thick ass tail with the drill. Like, that's a thick ass. That's a thick ass tail. But it coming in with that drill. So I'm just like, when that was destroying the Rangers, and like in their Megazord, it always made me mad in the Green with Evil storyline that the T-Rex Zord on his own could go toe to toe with Dragon Zord.
Yeah, me too.
But then it's like, how can you go toe to toe when your powered up form couldn't? That
Yeah,
makes
like
no sense.
some of the things really, you're right. Like they don't click.
And I feel like this isn't me being like that. Well, come on, dude, this is a kid's show, blah blah blah. And then like don't ask for certain things to make everything make sense. But this is something that should make sense.
No, you're right. I think the fact that like they just he competes too much and
Yes.
is even, and I don't like it. Just fair, you know what I mean? Straight up, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens, right? But
Yeah.
then it's almost like he got taken too, right?
Yeah. And then Dragon Zord gets taken. And this is to me also when I'm like, what you doing, Zed? Only reason being, like, okay, you want to come in and make a show of force, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Zed is so mad, and this is another thing too, everybody's making me mad in this episode. Well, Zed and Zordon, they're making me mad because I'm not seeing the full potential and the urgency in either one of their plans.
Okay.
Zed's whole thing, he's coming back, Rita, because Rita failed. You ain't done nothing, did all this, blah, blah. Okay, he's got the four, like, let's be real, lesser Zords done.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the T-Rex who now can go, once again, go toe to toe with Dragon Zord. He's got that on lock. He's got Dragon Zord on lock.
Yeah.
But he's not destroying the city.
Yeah, and also too, like I find this part interesting, Marcus. Piranha's head hasn't really done anything physical yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. Piranha's head didn't even attack the Rangers. All he just stood there with his little fish flute thingy going like this. And homie was like wiggling, dog. Every time he was on, he was like,
But I just think it's
He just like
interesting
this.
though, right? Like
That's him.
he doesn't have to though.
No.
Like I kind of give like sounds weird. I give him credit. Like he doesn't have to
Right?
do anything.
He's like, I ain't gotta do anything. I got your Zords jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm controlling your Zords.
Yeah, bro. Like he's literally not having to do squat, just show up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think it's interesting, man.
It was, but it's still like, I'm just, to me, I'm like, Zed, if you mad at Rita for not getting the job done, brother, you got like these two powerful Zords right now. And you got these new, stronger putties, you know.
Yeah, he's doing work.
He should be, but to me, I'm just like, and I know you gotta drag stuff out, but I'm just saying, and this is me quarterbacking 30 years later, thinking
Yeah.
this would make such a better story, as if homie did wreck the city. Because imagine this. This is a great what if. He does destroy the city, and not fully, but he gets it to that point. Like we talking like, countdown to destruction where, stuff's ruined. Oh my God, what's going on? What's gonna happen? Rangers can't help us. And now we get the new powers.
For sure.
And imagine if it's like, okay, well, hey, now here are these new powers. The suits change up and everything. But I guess it would have been kind of awkward if Tommy over there still in green and now Zach's changed to green.
You know what? Let's talk about this, right?
Okay.
Like they all get new Zords.
Yes.
And by the way, there's a key part in there. Alpha says that they have to be able to get their old Zords back first.
Which to me was really weird. That part kind of like, wait, why? Because if you can show them these Zords, oh, these are the new Zords, why do you need the old one? Like, I get they did the whole thing, and then you see Mastodon and all the other Zords walking by and get struck by lightning and turn into the other one. But to me, it was like, but if you have these Zords though.
Yeah, and like
I didn't get to me, that doesn't make sense.
At first it didn't to me either. But then watching it like now again, right? I'm watching it now and I'm like, okay, like I honestly understand it a bit more. Like, how can we give you these powers when I'm assuming they're transferring powers. Power Rangers, like, especially later, they're big on that, right? Like on the whole transferring of powers. So basically, you would need your Dinozord power to be able to even have it like a chance to control that, I'm assuming. Like that's what they were telling us without blatantly telling us.
Maybe.
It's weird, right? It is weird. I get it.
It's such a stretch to me. And I guess this was when I get like, Rangers was such a hot thing that you don't, it's scary to like, well, what if we change up the suits here? Like these first ones with diamonds and everything, that's so iconic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, yeah, even though you got these new villains coming in, so that's more toys, and I think that's what they realized later once they finally made this jump to Zeo. Oh man, we can just change it up all the time, which means new toys all the time.
All the time.
But and I think had they hadn't realized that earlier, we would have gotten possibly like a suit power change and everything.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's just funny, right? Like they don't. There's some things they didn't realize,
Mm-hmm.
and like we in I guess you call it a pre-production talking about this. He shows them the swords. Cool, man. Red Dragon Thunder Zord looks amazing, right?
Yes,
It's another Zord that could probably fight on its own.
and it can.
Yeah, yeah. Kimberly points out, right? You said it
Mm-hmm.
best. What about my man?
Right? Is Kimberly a ride or die dog?
Yeah, like what about my man?
She is. What about Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we don't know if his powers is gonna last, so we're not gonna give him a Zord. But did you catch that
Mm-hmm.
though? So
Yes.
to me, so what I'm looking at now as a 32-year-old person watching this back, oh, so y'all got another Zord over there for him, but you don't know if his powers are gonna last.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't gonna give it to him, let
Got
alone,
that
well,
too.
he got some powers for now. You ain't even gonna take the risk. You ain't gonna take the risk.
Mm-mm.
Now I'm mad. Like, bro, they're kind of making me mad about this. Like, even the Rangers themselves were like, like Billy and Trini go off to make that device. Like, ooh, this could block the signal, get us our Zords back, all this stuff. Cool. Well, no, let's be real. The big four, because they were the popular kids. Now you're left with the popular kids. They're the ones like, well, we're just sitting around waiting. Tommy's powered up, good to go. And Kimberly there, Jason there, Zach's there. They're like, let's go.
Let's handle business.
Go run. No, we're gonna need you because if you can get the Zords and all this, blah blah blah. But they want to go fight Pronta's head.
Zord not making you mad, huh?
He making me hella mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's pissing me off. Like, like I'm mad at Zed for I'm like, brother, you got the Zords, just destroy the city now. Destroy the Rangers. You're good. You could do it. He making me
You can
mad because
do
he
it.
ain't doing that. Zoran making me mad because one, he ain't letting the Rangers go because he's saying the whole thing. Well, Pronta's head controls the machines and is controlling machine stuff. Because now we're
Mm-hmm.
just turns from not just the Zords, but like with the ATVs and got Bulk and Skull running wild on there, like going circles around like the same thing the whole time. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, well, their suits aren't mechanical. They ain't this ain't VR troopers, they ain't big bad Beetleborgs. Their suits are spandex. They have weapons. They
Mm-hmm.
can go fight this guy because they haven't used the power blaster on him yet. So it's like, why not take that chance and just go in? Especially now when okay, well, if the putties do show up, hit him in the Z.
All right, you off your soapbox?
Pissing me off, Zordon and Alpha.
Yeah.
And
It is,
Alpha saying you don't
it
know his
it but
powers are
some of it,
gonna.
a lot of it makes sense though.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, like his powers are going.
Mm-hmm.
They're going away. And by this point, they don't have an answer to when they're gone. Right?
Yeah.
They don't know when they're gone. They just know that this dude
But
basically he's like his reactions telling you that he got like heart disease or something.
yeah.
Even though like obviously,
No,
doesn't,
I
but
know what
like
you
I'm
mean.
saying, like his reaction is like he's having a heart attack because his powers are going down, his energy is going away. So, like I said before, I wouldn't, if I was Zordon, I wouldn't give him anything.
But then this brings up to me now an interesting thing. So are their powers inextricably linked to the Zords and vice versa? Because remember when the Zords were destroyed during Green with Evil,
Mm-hmm.
how come they still have their powers then? Because if they're inextricably linked, or is it like a one-way thing?
Good question. Don't know.
Because if it's just like, well, as long as they have their power from the coin and stuff like that, then they can control these Zords. Then if that's the case, then shouldn't they just be able then to just take control of the new Thunder Zords?
Great. I think
I'm
that's
just
a great
saying because
question,
now it's
dog.
like, well, then okay, if they got these Zords, then okay, well, here come these new ones. Then we got the power, we can control it, so let's go. I
Good
don't think I'd
question.
I don't think I'd make a good ranger because I'm asking too many questions.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Thanks for your powers. Thanks for them back." They're like, "You don't deserve these." Zoran's like, "No, no, you're asking too many questions. We want a teenager with attitude, not a teenager who's trying to critically think. Get out of here. Beat it, nerd."
Oh, I'm the nerd. When this brother gonna go take this like microwave and put antennas on it, and all of a sudden that's a thing.
Yep.
Oh, but
uh,
I'm the nerd. Sorry. No.
but I just think it's funny, how it worked out. I guess you'd say
Mhm.
like I get it. Like, hey man, uh, Tommy's losing power, bro. Like all the time now, right?
Mhm.
Like all the time now, he's losing power. He's
Well,
literally like like I've said before throughout this, we're noticing a trend of his story arc for this coming season.
yeah.
It wasn't explicit yet, but now we're understanding it.
And especially once episode 3 hits.
Yes. Now let's talk about episode 3.
Brand new intro video.
Yep.
Same song, but now we got the video stuff and like the new Zords. Like we got the Zords in this place. They got the new turnarounds and everything, It's not just them looking up with the freeze frame and all that. It's like it's the turnaround. Tommy got
Mm-hmm.
his hair all down and like feathered out straight and everything. But it's like now we're seeing new stuff from this new season in the intro video. So it's telling you like, hey, they get new Zords now. This is a new
And
start.
this is what I thought was pretty interesting. They like using that footage of them going underground, the
Yeah.
Zords. Don't you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
They like that footage. They use that every time like
Uh-huh.
something terrible's going
They getting
wrong, right?
swallowed up. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think
They
that
get
like, oh dang, they going to hell? They going to hell. Oh, the Zord's going to hell right now.
Yeah, I just thought that was in that, and I think this was the first time we got the grenade to grow a monster.
Bro, that grenade thing.
It's money.
He's like, all right, boom. Like I used to think that was so sick.
I thought he was gonna blow somebody up at first.
Well, he kind of is. He
Yeah,
kind of
technically
is.
he's blowing
He's
somebody
almost
up,
blowing
right?
up.
Somebody
Like,
blowing up, dog.
yeah, but
Somebody blowing up.
they
Oh,
are.
it's so funny.
And
You're
then they're
right
gonna get
though.
blown up. They're getting blown up to get blown up.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh
But this was interesting though too, right? Because that
mhm.
Dragon Zord's out there
Yeah.
trying to do something.
Dragons are trying.
Now, dude, there's an interesting because now they finally get the power of the Thunder Megazords, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come together as a Thunder Megazord, like, and they defeat Piranha's Head,
Yes.
right? Zed's livid. By the way, when Zed gets mad, he glows red. Actually, that they told us that on the first episode of this
Mm-hmm.
part 1, which is cool, right? When you think about it,
Yep.
like you can get a visual now, like, oh, red. He's
It
seeing red.
yep. It's that little nuance and attention to detail stuff that I love. It shows
Well, and
you.
I think about like that's obvious for kids to understand. Oh, he's glowing red. He must be
Yep.
mad.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
like even Finster makes a little like backhand comment, right? I
Vincent
don't know
let
if
him
you caught
know.
that. Like if he used one of his monsters, they would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody got berated, right? It's usually how it goes with
Yeah.
these
Finster, that employee that talked back.
but you're right. Tommy, like, bro, Tommy is told now that his Dragon Zord power is like limited too.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, not only is he gonna have to be used sparingly, but his Zord,
Yeah.
like, right there, like, out the gate, first
And I
three
think,
episodes of this new season, we just got told, "Hey, man, Green Ranger's got a shelf life."
well, speaking of that shelf life in here, I was looking back. There's parts of it. So I am missing one page that had the other Rangers on there, which I thought was kind of interesting. At first, I thought, oh man, it's only got Kimberly, Billy, and Tommy on this one, aka the ones that stayed. And I thought, oh wait, but then I realized, oh, there's a page missing, so that has the other ones. But they're talking about how on there, dude, they mentioned the White Ranger in here in this article.
Interesting.
And because I guess whoever's interviewing did their research on like the stuff, and they're like, oh, so you using these monsters from this other season and these Zords, they got a White Ranger. And we know that Green Ranger footage is running out. I don't want to talk. Saban's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Heck yeah.
He like, don't be ruining my stuff.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, is that also why you're running away with Rita and like, bringing in Zed because no Rita footage? He's like, no, we have plenty of Rita footage. He's like, don't be talking about my stuff.
Don't be talking about my stuff.
But what's interesting though is what sucks is Tommy was built up as this almost like super powerful be all end all, but then became the definition of like the villain when you face him, but then like the villain when he on your team, and just getting nerfed, losing his powers. And
I think it was also a way to like establish who is still the guy. I really do, like, underlyingly, like, as much merch as Green Ranger sold, they wanted that Red to be the guy. Yeah. Like we say, the face of the Rangers. Right? Like I think that was like, it has to be this way. You know what I mean? It has to be this way.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks, but
it does, because it was like he's so popular and seeing this guy that's so, popular and powerful, and then it's just like we nerfing him. And like he can't do anything. In a sense, which to me is like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's kind of jacked up. Like when you think about it,
it's also kind of like you're telling me we can come up with like the Flash did this TV show. It's like, ooh, we need to build this device. Oh, okay, I'm gonna build this device that would probably take months to develop and like cost millions and millions of dollars to make, but we're gonna make it within like 15 minutes. Billy's gonna do it within the commercial break. But you're telling me you can have all these solutions to stuff, but you can't find a way to re-energize him or to make the Dragon Zord be pilotable without Tommy, which I guess was kind of semi-alluded to in Once and Always, remember, when he was saying like, yeah, we got the Megazord, but it took a long time for us to get the Saber-Tooth Tiger Zord to work without a Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
So that I guess kind of brings at least their Zords, like in the connections that at least their Zords have, which then goes back to Cosmic Fury when he's like, ooh, when Billy says, I love me a sentient Zord. Why? Because you ain't got to worry about like you need that pilot.
Well, yeah, and like
all this stuff kind of connects, and I'm really
it goes back
that.
to like them having to have the Dino Zords to be able to power of them. And this episode, like Rangers end out on top, right? Like things are back to normal. Like, even Bulk and Skull, like things are back to normal, right? That they're
but we finally get Bulk and Skull wanting to full blown now on their full mission, which became their mission up until in space of we want to find out who the Power Rangers are.
Yeah. And we even get like a little thing of like, what's up with Rita, right? Like it's to trip how the viewing globe gets inside of the dumpster.
Right? Like the viewing globe can do that. But this one Zordon pissed me off again. He want to be over here. Ooh, 98 bottles of slime in the one. Like, he's singing along too. Shut up, Zordon. Shut up. You pissed me off. You over here like
you was just mad at him.
I was, dude. I was mad at Zordon. Made me mad.
By the way, that first episode of part 1 of the Mutiny literally got like one of the highest ratings of all time for Power Rangers. It got a 7.2.
Well, and plus we didn't mention this in the first part, but I know we did in previous episodes. This was a primetime special.
Yes.
They took a like Saturday morning show and gave it a prime time spot.
And Marcus,
look how it drew.
They also let it play out within one episode a week.
Yeah.
Literally, there was 7 to 8 days in between each one.
Yeah.
Like how, like, Bro, green with evil, like we said on the Tommy Oliver episode, straight through.
Insane.
Yeah. Isn't that a trip?
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, like straight through, bro. Wild, right?
Dude, like the powers that Rangers had with like TV at that time it was insane.
Yeah, and like they were blowing up at the time too, like crazy, bro. Like they just really were, and it's a trip. Like they were they were just blowing up, man. Like I don't know. I think about that and I'm like, man, they were
They were
everywhere.
it.
They were everything, like when you think about it, they were literally like everything. I don't know, man. Like and this mutiny, to be honest with you, it kicked off like we said that the Green with Evil is the best story arc, right?
Yes.
Well, this kicks off the best time.
Oh, 100%. And I think that has to do with because like with the mutiny starting with such a hot like 3-part, it's very common now for Ranger seasons to have like a 2-parter like season opener in a sense.
Yeah.
But this was when you kind of, because like we said before, Rangers season 1 was very random, like
Yeah.
especially the way they ended on an episode that's literally just a filler episode, and the only thing of any significance in that was Zach got to wear the dragon shield, which is
Yeah.
still one of the most memorable moments of the series. And like, let's be real. But
Oh yeah.
now it's like they're kind of getting more serialized in a sense of like this is going to be a thing going forward.
Dude, yeah, and like this let us know like, man, Power Rangers is here. They're hitting hard. We trust them. I feel like they got a big trust within all this. And man, they were ready to go, bro. By the way, like I feel like it was on. Like when Zed popped up, bro, we knew it was on. Now, like after that first 3-parter, we're like, oh man, Zed's the guy. He just shipped Rita out.
First of all, dude, look, so I just randomly looked this up. So like the biggest shows for Fox in their like highest rating primetime shows and from 1994 and 1995, Seinfeld, ER, Home Improvement. Dude, those are the 3 biggest shows at the time.
But those are huge when you look back.
No, and they are like, especially Seinfeld people freaking love Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, ER.
ER,
ER's huge, bro.
The
Home
whole medical
Improvement.
procedural, yeah. But like those are big shows. But Rangers got the boot, or gave them the boot for a minute to be like, hey, we're gonna take this primetime slot real quick. Dude,
Pretty
that's
cool, right?
When
you think about it, like it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like Power Rangers, man, like try to tell people, right, dog? Like Power Rangers is tough, dog.
It's hard. I think this was when you fully saw the kind of like staying power it could have. And what fully I feel like established that too.
Yeah, like that's why I said like this is when they think they got a lot of trust. They got a lot of trust within the network that okay, cool. You guys bring eyeballs. It's like guaranteed eyeballs. And we can put you in big spots, and also too like you're drawing in every category, right?
Yep.
Every possible category they're drawing. So I'm not surprised by any of it, just I think they were doing what they were supposed to do. Like, and thinking about it more now, bro, like this, like I said, is set up to what's going to be like the real best part of Power Rangers of all time. And I don't want to sound jacked up, like we're eventually talk about it, but like it dips off with the Ninjetti stuff, and to be truthful, even the movie, because then it's changed to where like we've said before, like Zed's not the guy anymore. Zed's not the guy. It's just a different story then.
Well, then plus two, and to me, this was kind of like even as a kid, I was like, oh, okay, like they still have their like ranger suits, but then they got like the ninja stuff. It's like, what else are they gonna do? You know?
Yeah, yeah, like you're
It
right.
was
Like
like
what?
so then once they finally got like new suits with like Zeo and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Hmm.
Because it's kind of like you're kind of running this thing kind of into the ground a little bit. Like you gotta change it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
they had
gotta
to.
change it.
But this mutiny right there, I think, is actually kind of underrated. Like it, I know people love Zed, right? Zed's popular. They still make Zed merch now to this day. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not talking Cosmic Fury because Cosmic Fury don't have merch. Um, being honest, right? They don't got shit. But
You pissing me off, Hasbro. Hasbro,
oh,
you just
okay.
made the list.
Oh, with
Zed,
Zordon.
Zordon, now Hasbro.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like the mutiny, bro, like it's a great arc when you think about it. Like
It
it's
is.
actually legendary for many reasons. You got any final comments?
No, man. Just this was that was like as a kid looking back, I could probably think like, dang, I was probably stressing over stuff, about this. But now I'm looking back, I was like, no, I ain't stressing now. I'm mad because you ain't gotta have
Nah,
me stressing
man.
like this. Y'all got everything you need right there. But
Yeah.
but dude, Lord Zed, all I'll say is dang, dude. The staying power that guy had.
Staying power that Zed has, man. And I can't wait to one day just dive in on just Zed from comics to everything.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. We're
I'm
gonna have to
super
do that,
interested.
I'd say within the next 6 months because he's a big character.
He is. He
Huge
is.
character to talk about. Like he's long lasting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, brother. You want to let him out?
Hit your boys. It's Richard. It's Marcus. Rearrangers of the grid. We got it. Grocery bag.